How's everybody doing? It's actually almost 7. It's like 6:45. Let me check. Yeah, it's 6:37 a.m. I'm headed to the Harlem Mere from my new residence, which is actually a little bit closer than my old residence. This new one is a very temporary place while my wife and I look for a house in the suburbs. A lot has changed in the last couple of months since you've seen me, and I really haven't done any fishing. So I'm going to take about a 15-20 minute walk here, and we'll see you at the water. Okay, I'm here, and I've just found our first impediment. This is interesting. They've blocked off. I was going to start here. It's not usually where I start in this corner, but it's kind of where I approach the park from, and it's blocked off. So, what's this say? Alright, they're doing some work, making a playground and some other stuff. Why they have to block off the entire stretch of shoreline, I don't know. Maybe it can be accessed from the other side, but I doubt it. So we're gonna find another spot. Stay tuned. So as I head back to my more traditional starting spot, I have to say it looks like I might be the only guy here right now, the only guy fishing here right now. I would think on a Saturday you might get some folks out here early, but I really don't see anyone around the edges. Maybe I get first shot at it. Could be good. Now, where are the fish? It's been kind of chilly the last few days. Don't know what the water feels like. Are they shallow? Are they deep? Only time will tell. I also realized walking over here that I haven't restrung my lines in a while, and I'm not so concerned about the condition of the line, but on both of these rods I don't think there's very much line. So, hey, there's a rat hopping in the grass. Let's see how close we can get. Yeah, you probably won't be able to pick it up, but he's right there. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, so I don't even know how far I'm going to be able to cast. That was a big error on my part to at least, I didn't even remember to bring, an extra spool. So, you know what? We have to just accept it and move on. Let's see here. There was a wake, probably just a little sunfish, but what I'm gonna do right now is toss in a panfish setup, just a little trout magnet. This is on there from the last time I went fishing. Just a little trout magnet, root beer color, I believe, and a brown with a float. So that'll go out, and then I have a chatterbait, a white, smoky shad, smoky sexy shad, something like that, on my bait caster. So I'll toss that around while this just kind of sits there. Yep, I don't have much line on there. What an idiot. Tell you what, it'll feel real good to catch something. Guys, since my Labor Day video, I fished twice. Once in September, which I filmed, but it was such a disaster that I didn't make a video out of it. And once earlier this month, I didn't film it, and it was still a disaster. I've been jonesing for a fish since Labor Day. And trust me, it feels good to finally get out here. Every weekend for the past 2 months really has been dedicated to some element of my move. Took the coward's way out. I'm not going to go with the jerkbait yet. I Texas rigged a a worm. It's kind of a pumpkin green with blue flake and a tungsten bullet head kind of deal, because I saw what I think are bass in these really shallow areas right here, so that's what I'm going to go for. Just hop it along. I've actually had success on this same stretch with a similar rigging in the spring. So let's see what happens here. Just going to hop it along, see if we get any customers. So here's a word for you: crepuscular. Bass, many fish, are crepuscular. So are many rabbits and deer. What it means is that they are the most active during dawn and, oh man, I thought I had something. Dawn and dusk. So it's, like not nocturnal and not, whatever the word for daytime activity is, but they like the dawn and the dusk, so they're going to be the most active and feed the most at those times. So that's why they say that's a good time to fish. That's why I'm out here at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm determined today to at least post some kind of video. So I'm hoping we can at least catch a couple. Is that a fish? No, all these sticks. Annoying. I don't know where they're coming from. Wouldn't have been a bass. Bass fight harder. Could be like a crappie that just kind of lets you drag it in. I'm getting tired of all this When is the best time to fish? I mean, I know, vegetation, good for bass, blah, 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 but still, when's the best time to fish when you're not gonna, drag in weeds and with every cast? I don't know. I mean, that's even with a quote-unquote weedless setup too. Look at that. It doesn't get hung up on the hook. It gets hung up on what precedes the hook. As long as there's a string there, you're going to come in with weeds. I mean, part of the problem that I had the last 2 times I came out where I didn't catch anything is just being rusty and feeling rushed. It's always kind of like a rushed feeling. I don't have that feeling today, which is good. But I do think there's I'm rusty. I think there's definitely some, momentum that comes along with fishing. The more you're fishing, the more you just get in the zone. You don't feel that pressure, and you can just relax. I mean, you can apply that to so many sports. It's like almost a cliche that to be confident, you really just got to almost take the pressure off yourself. Like when they interview football players after a game, and they're always asking what the key to success, and so often you just hear them say, hey, I just had to play my game. We all knew what we were doing out there. We just played our game. And I think that just play your game just means kind of just do what you know how to do. Don't add anything silly. Don't be stupid. Just, you know how to fish. You've been successful before. Don't panic. Anglers, public service announcement, don't do this. This was just littered on the ground, and look, there's more over here. And the problem, besides the fact that it's such a thing to do, it makes other anglers look bad, because 99% of the guys, every guy I know who fishes cares about the environment and cares about conservation. So I don't know who these are that just throw their fishing line. I know you lose lures, that's part of the game, and you try to minimize losing lures in a lake and stuff like that, but when you just find fishing line littered on the shore, God, it's so easy to just throw it away. Made a dramatic move. Well, not too dramatic. I did what I was planning to do before. I put the old jerk bait on. This is the famous X-Rap Rapala. This is a good lure. I caught quite a few fish on it before, including I think like my 4th biggest ever, which is only like 2.5 pounds, but still, it's a very high quality lure. This is one name brand lure that I think is worth what you pay for it. I think sometimes you can find it online for like $8.99, but usually like at a Bass Pro it's like $11.99. This is really good action, these X-Raps, Rap X, whatever. I usually let it sit for a little while. Do your old twitch pause. You can do one long sweep, or you can just steady retrieve. I think the biggest fish I caught with this was just on a steady retrieve. I'll defend the steady retrieve. I know it's not very popular with jerk baits and lipless cranks and crankbaits, but don't knock it until you try it, because I've caught plenty of decent fish doing that. See, the sun is rising. Soon it's going to come up over that building over there, and then I might have to put my sunglasses on, but it's only probably 8 o'clock. Now, of course, if this was in the middle of the summer, the sun would have been up for like 3 hours at this point, but it's October 28th.